you know, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight and was winning.
He was still good at it. I think he was stealing some rounds at the end. Whether he deserved them or he didn't deserve them, whatever, they were close rounds. He might have stole them on the judges' cards.
Manny Pacquiao's controversial majority draw with Mario Barrios has sent shockwaves through the boxing world. The 8-division legend, now 46 years old and coming off a 3-year layoff, stepped into the ring as an underdog. Yet, he delivered a performance that had fans, analysts, and even fellow fighters convinced he'd done enough to claim the WBC welterweight title. Instead, the judges saw it differently, one scoring it for Barrios, the others,
I know I can beat. Why would I take a chance and fight somebody for $30 million? And that's what these guys do. And the difference is between boxing and UFC, you might be the champion, but you don't control anything.
calling it even. Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back. He accused the WBC of denying Pacquiao a clear win, criticizing Barrios for a lackluster showing and pointing out that the younger champion failed to press the action. For Sharpe, this was another example of boxing favoring marketable names over...
All right, so we are back on The Way Concept presented by The Ring Magazine. And folks, I just watched Manny Pacquiao, that's right, 8-division world champion and 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao, off a 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, off a loss before the 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, go to a majority draw with a world champion in a title fight in 2025. What the just happened? The breakdown, let's go.
He is the star of Wade Concept.
So like I said, Manny Pacquiao, 2025, fighting for a world championship is not something you expect me to hear. Number one, especially off the 3-year layoff, especially at 147, especially off a loss, and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it. Tonight, he fought Mario Barrios on PBC, on Amazon Prime Video for the WBC World Championship. Mario Barrios, I like the guy, but it has to be said, when you have 2 of your last title defenses ending in a split draw and a majority draw, you may be the worst title holder in boxing right now. I'm sorry. That's not comparing him to being a shitty boxer. It's just saying that as of right now, he might be the worst world champion in boxing. It may be one of the worst I've seen in a while. Also, kind of unrelated, this kind of looks bad for Tank Davis's record because that was supposed to be a stalwart win on Tank's career when he moved up to 140 and beat Barrios for the belt there. But now it's not looking so good because 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight and was winning.
Fairness, shifting the sport from pure competition to business-driven decisions. The controversy didn't come out of nowhere. Barrios' last 2 fights had both ended in draws, raising eyebrows about his legitimacy as a title holder. Many felt his timid approach against Pacquiao reinforced those doubts. Critics called him hesitant, passive, and unwilling to bite down and fight like...
Involved, honestly, because that right there is rough to watch if you're a Barrios fan. If you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, this is a fantastic night. And you could even argue maybe he should have got the belt. But I think where this fight became more close was in the later rounds when Pacquiao, obviously, close to being an AARP member, was going to slow down. And if your game plan, if you're Mario Barrios, is to go, okay, I'm just going to outlast him. Eventually, he's going to slow down. One, it's psychotic to me to even think, I'll wait for the 46-year-old to slow down in the later rounds. Not, I'm going to go and do what I should do as a champion and go after this guy. Respect be damned. It's a world championship fight. I saw some people saying, oh, he's carrying Manny out of respect. Excuse me?
like a champion. Pacquiao, by contrast, fought with precision and bursts of vintage aggression, stealing moments, and possibly rounds, with sharp flurries and crowd-pleasing footwork. Trainer Robert Garcia offered a blunt explanation. Boxing is a business first. Younger fighters like Barrios are investments, and an aging Pacquiao winning the belt doesn't serve the sport's long-term marketability. Veteran commentator The Goose echoed a deeper concern, questioning why controversial judging seems to follow Pacquiao more than others. He pointed to a pattern stretching back to the Bradley, Horn, and even Mayweather fights, and suggested Pacquiao's background as an Asian fighter may play a role in the bias.
With the draw?
No.
Because, like...
Weird rounds, hard to score.
Yeah, Pacquiao did better than I thought he did. And that's like, we get into that weird territory in boxing where you start grading on a curve. That's not how boxing works. And I was like, oh, Pacquiao's doing better. He's probably winning. Oh, he won. But no, he probably didn't. And a draw is probably, he's probably lucky to get a draw.
Yeah, as I was watching it and scoring it, and I was in the live chat with people, and there was just so many rabid Pacquiao fans that were like, every time he did anything, first of all, anytime he did anything in the arena, the place went absolutely bonkers, like it was going to tear down. He, honestly, he probably fought 50 to 60 seconds a round. He did not do much. He didn't need to, because Barrios didn't step on the gas pedal at all, at any point. He was so listless and just kind of like ho-humming through it. So Pacquiao was able to steal moments, and he did a really good job of stealing the end of rounds and making an exclamation point. And also, we saw flashes of the Manny of old when he would have that little like the flourishing signature in the end of something. He'd make that little movement, bang, he'd pop that left hand, he'd fly out, boom, 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 boom. He'd make those little moves, he'd do the fancy feet, and you would be like, but really nothing happened. He didn't land a lot of punches. Like, it wasn't like anything really effective. But it got everybody emotional. It got everybody, and whereas Barrios was the exact opposite. Everything he did was so workmanlike. He has zero charisma. He has no sell on anything he does. He just lacked passion. I know he's Aztec warrior, but where was the passion? Where was the exchanging? Where was the biting down on my mouthpiece and going for it? So there was a lot of opportunities based on how both guys fought for Manny to actually steal rounds, because Mario wasn't selling it. Pacquiao was. The crowd was behind him. But yes, when you do it, you're looking at it almost like you're almost comparing Pacquiao to Pacquiao. You're being like, oh, he fought really good for a 46-year-old. He didn't fight really good for a 12-round main event, champion. He fought really good for a 46-year-old Pacquiao. So you get that idea in your head, like, oh man, he's doing so good. But is he really, or are you just voting for the guy that you like better?
Like, nostalgia is a hell of a, and we were all high on Saturday night.
Bobby Pacquiao, Manny's brother, was just as baffled. He openly stated that Manny won, noting the crowd's disbelief when the result was announced. He joined a chorus of respected voices: Shakur Stevenson, Andre Ward, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, all of whom publicly said Pacquiao deserved the victory. Before the fight, doubts about Pacquiao's ability to compete at this level were everywhere. At 46, against a younger and more active champion, many expected him to fade. Instead, he showed sharp timing, clean footwork, and the kind of ring IQ that only...
So much to talk to you about. I don't know where to start. So first of all, why do they keep robbing Manny Pacquiao? He got robbed against Bradley.
I didn't see the fight, but I heard from everybody that he got robbed.
You trust Paulie Malignaggi. He said they robbed Pacquiao.
Man, you know what?
He got robbed with Jeff Horn.
It's actually weird, because you see, like the way boxing is, the business is. I'm not saying promoters, because it's the same thing with the business, where you want, like, when you have that one fighter that, like, when you have a small, young prospects that are signed to, like, managers, judges and commissioners, they already know who's the one that's signed, who's the one they want
to promote. Yeah.
So there's a lot of times where those young fighters get away with wins that maybe should have gone the other way, or maybe a draw, but they still give them the win.
Comes from decades at the top. His conditioning was remarkable, and his control of the ring impressed even his skeptics. Frame-by-frame breakdowns from analysts showed Pacquiao landing the cleaner punches, dictating the pace, and demonstrating superior ring generalship. The numbers backed him up. Yet the official verdict didn't match the reality most saw in the ring. For many, this wasn't just about one fight, it was about a sport repeatedly undermined by questionable judging. A Pacquiao win would have made him the oldest welterweight champion in history and the first Hall of Famer to come out of retirement and reclaim a world title. Instead, the night became another reminder of how politics, money, and bias can overshadow greatness. The fans' reaction was raw and unanimous. Pacquiao was robbed. Social media lit up with outrage, not just over the decision, but over the history that was stolen. As one voice put it bluntly, a draw is bad business. We got robbed.
But still, why do you keep doing this to Manny Pacquiao? It just drives me crazy. Hey there, welcome. It's Coffee with the Goose. I'm excited to have you with me again. I talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and in this case, very irritating. I'm the Goose. We'll start with a little coffee. As you know, my coffee is very strong, like my opinion, and of course I add some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. Okay, I'm not happy. I'll be honest with you. We all have our views of what happened during the Pacquiao-Mario Barrios fight. We all have our views. We all have our opinions. I think whether you're a Pacquiao fan or Barrios fan, you're not happy either. You shouldn't be. It was not a good show. First of all, I'll give props to Mario Barrios. He's the whipping boy for some reason. People are saying, well, he's the champion. He should have been a little more aggressive and come after Pacquiao a little more and shouldn't, be happy with the draw. I'm sure he's not happy with the draw. That's 2 in a row for him, by the way. But, in Barrios' defense, he's fighting Manny Pacquiao. So I think he was maybe a little psyched out. I really think. And most of Pacquiao's opponents are. It's the Pac-Man. You should be a little afraid. And Jude and I think we agreed during the fight that both of these guys, at some point, they're acting like they're afraid of each other. It's a weird fight. I'm not happy. Nobody should be happy with the draw. But let's get on to bigger and, not better things. Let's just get to reality, okay? It's corruption in boxing. Nothing new. We've seen this before. But why does it seem to happen? Why is Manny Pacquiao the victim so often, as opposed to other fighters where it may happen once or twice? Did Pacquiao win? It was a very close fight. I had Pacquiao leading after 9 rounds. And the championship rounds, I think Barrios took 2 of those 3 rounds. So very tight fight. I think Pacquiao probably won.
Whether Pacquiao fights again or not, his performance proved something that no scorecard can erase. Even at 46, he's still better than most of today's champions. Please like and subscribe my YouTube channel.